Hello people of YouTube, this is Track66006, and once again we're back with another RealFlight simulator, RealFlight 8, finally released. Very excited with this one. I am happy that they went back to, to this type of simulator versus the X simulator. Though the X was a great simulator, unfortunately I still don't have my computer built to be able to handle it, and my current computer is not able to handle it. So that's going to be just a once in a while simulator, where this one can be an everyday, all day long simulator. So I'm really glad that they actually went back to this step. I think it's going to be a better improvement for them to continue on with these simulators. So we got RealFlight 8 right here. Finally has been released and announced, announced and then released. So I received mine a couple days ago. Just been busy with work, so I haven't had a chance to get the video out. So I'm going to do an unboxing. I'm going to show you what this one comes with. I'm going to tell you a little more about the RealFlight X, the Interlink X transmitter, the new transmitter for the simulator, and just kind of go over a few of the specs of the simulator. I'm not going to go in great detail with this one here. Obviously, it's just like every other video. It's going to come with the controller. It's going to come with the software, or the DVD software. And that's basically it. There's not much. It's been a while since I've actually gotten one of these before, because RealFlight 7, I got the Interlink interface edition, and RealFlight 7.5 was a free update, so because I had 7, so I didn't do any unboxing there with 7.5. X, I just got the disc, and now with this one, it's been the first time since 6.5 that I've actually gotten a new radio. So basically, I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of what this version comes with. Nothing great detail or anything. We'll unbox it here and then go straight to the review of the actual simulator. So let's get started on the unboxing here. Okay, so right here we got the box here. Of course, obviously it's going to tell you all your details and specs and the sides, the back, and everything. So, but we're not going to get to that. That's something you can easily find on the website. That'll tell you all the specs, and mostly you're going to do before you actually purchase the simulator. Make sure your computer is compatible with this. Alright, let's get into the unboxing of this the simulator. So the first two things that you're going to get in the box here, obviously you're going to have your radio right here, and then you're going to have your disc right here. So this is going to be where the disc is, where you download it to your computer. You're going to have back here, you're also going to have your code where you type in there to register the simulator to your name. It's just going to be a simple little DVD drive, simple stuff like that. So yeah, everything is right there where you need to know. Right here is going to be the actual controller of the simulator. This is the new tactic version of the Interlink X. So this is basically how it comes out of the box. It's going to have some extra parts here. These are going to be extra, it's an extra piece that goes in the gimbal to kind of stiffen it, so you can get that latch throttle feel. So if you have for planes, you want that ratchetness to it where it's more stiff, then yeah, you want to install this, or what's already in there, but you also have a spare one that comes with. If you're a helicopter guy, then you're going to want to loosen that up or replace it. Well, not really replace it, but just kind of switch to a different position, so it's a nice smooth feel. Now, I want to say that this is a way to actually make this from mode 1 to mode 2. So right now it's set up as mode 2, the US standard. So there is a way to switch it over to mode 1, the European standard, which is going to be changing this gimbal on over. And I want to say that's probably what this is for. I don't see why you can't just take the one off of there and put in the other one. Maybe it's just a backup. Not 100% sure why. It doesn't explain why it comes with another one, but that's probably my guess. So another thing that comes with, it's going to come with a trainer cord. So this right here is just a 3.5mm jack on each end. This does not have the Futaba plug. This is going to be a 3.5mm jack in the back of this radio. So you can plug this in here, and then you can plug this to any like Spectrum, Tactic. I want to say Grotner is also the same. Radio JR radio to use your own radio through this transmitter if you don't have the Interface Edition. Interface Edition is a lot easier to use, but you could still use this radio and your real radio just by plugging this in. But for all you Futaba guys, don't worry. It also comes with a 3.5mm jack to Futaba and adapter. So you guys are covered. Just like when it came with the Futaba one, it came with the adapter for the Spectrum and other 3.5mm jack transmitters. you're good. So next we're going to go to the Interlink X transmitter. So I kind of like this transmitter. It is different from the Futaba. There is some likes and dislikes about it over the Futaba. But I mean, it is a pretty nice radio. There is some added features to it and also some things I don't quite like about it. We'll get to that in just a sec. So one thing I want to point out is the cable actually seems to be a little longer. I'm not sure if it really is, but it seems like it. They also really reinforced it to the transmitter. So I don't think we shouldn't have that problem where you're going to have this disconnect a lot. Those times where I had to wrap it around and tie it to the handle so it wouldn't disconnect. Turns out, there was some problems here, but also some problems on the end of the USB, right where this module is at here. I ended up replacing the whole USB by taking it out of a keyboard, a old keyboard, and I desoldered the old one and soldered the new one in. So hopefully we don't have to worry about doing that, but if we do, I will definitely make a video on how to do that. So right out of the box, it is just like one of the Tactic radios they have, and I can't remember what version. It might be one of the 6-channel radios, but obviously without like the the screen or the power switch or anything like that. I'm not even sure if it had a screen. So the gimbals are the same thing like Futaba, how they can be adjusted. They come out really short, but you can easily, just by unthreading that one and then threading this one down, you can either lengthen it or shorten it by threading it up or down. And then of course you thread the top piece back on. And then you can lengthen it and shorten it. So for your pincher guys, for your thumber guys, you can shorten it all the way down. For pincher guys like me, you want to have a little more extra throw. You don't want to have it like real close. Definitely lengthen it would be a much better option. It does have these little end pieces right here. It looks like we could put other switches. Not sure if you can really increase the switch capacity of this radio, maybe. But I'm thinking maybe you could just, like, if you're not quite comfortable with the switches the way they are here, you can probably move them up to the front. I know for sure that for when I fly helicopters, my idle up switch is always up here instead of in the very back. So I may take this 3-position switch and move it up to the front. Some other switches that it comes with is just like the Spectrum ones. I'm not sure if, I'm sure this radio has it too, but I'm used to Spectrum here. It has the DX9 has these little sliding switches, the 3-position sliding switches in the back. So this has it as well. I haven't figured out what these are used for. I'm sure they're probably used for flaps or something like that, but I'm sure you can adjust that. Haven't gotten to it in great detail yet. Haven't really messed around with it yet, but I'll figure out what you can use these for. So yeah, then you also got one thing they changed is you got your reset button right here. You've got your menu button, your cancel button, and your up and down button here. And this is just a spare button. Maybe you can program something later on to it, but it's just an empty button right there. Then of course you've got your high and low rate switches right there as normal, and then of course you've got your smoke retracts. Yes, I think it's retracts. Yeah, smoke retracts and throttle cut for helicopters. Then of course you got your flaps on this dial here. I will say this one compared to the Interlink radio is extremely stiff. I'm gonna go ahead and take this apart and try to fix it and try to make it a lot looser. It's way too stiff. When I have it in my hand and I try to dial it, I cannot rotate this. I have to use 2 fingers. So I'm not sure if anybody else is having that problem or if it's just me, but it is very hard to rotate. Maybe it's just brand new, needs to be broken in. I just gotta do this a couple 100 times and it'll wear in, but we'll find out. So that's probably one of the downsides I don't like about this radio is that feature. So it's probably something I'm gonna have to get used to. But we'll see how it goes. Now, I will make a video later on. It'll be a separate video, a comparison between the Interlink and this the Interlink Elite and the Interlink X transmitter, basically of the outside features as well as the internal specs. I have had this already apart since I do a lot of helicopter flying, so I need this very loose. And also when I do plane flying, I do work with a throttle a lot. So I did move that piece over to where it's a little bit more smoother. Still holds, but it's very loose. So I will show you guys how to do that in another video, and also show you the insides of it. I was actually the insides of how this wire is attached is definitely different than the Interlink Elite. So I'll definitely go into detail and do a kind of a comparison between the two. Alright guys, with that said, that's basically the unboxing of RealFlight 8. We'll go into more of the specs and some other features that I've found out about in the review, which is going to be, you know, the actual review of the simulator in gameplay after it's downloaded and everything and running. So that's about it on the unboxing. I hope you guys enjoyed this section of the video. Let's get on to the review. Okay, so now we got to the review part of the simulator. Now we're in the gameplay and everything like that. So when you first start off with the simulator, you do end up, like all the other simulators, when you start up, you're on the Carl Henderson field, flying the SBOC 342. I'm on a different field right now as I'm flying, and throughout the video you'll see different fields, different aircraft that I'm flying. Basically a lot of the newer aircraft, and then of course some of the aircrafts that I prefer and I love to fly. So yeah, so the whole features of the simulator is, you know, the physics are about but the physics of the aircraft are a little bit different. I have noticed that the Gaui X7, which is one of my favorite helicopters in the sim, flies a little bit better actually. I do like the way it flies. Now, when you do get the speed, the head still wobbles. That really needs to be tweaked out. And I do know that if you have that problem where if you like reset and you have full negative while the motor is fully spun up, so like if you spool the head up at full speed, hit the letter P to remember the position, and then hit reset, it'll reset fully wound up, or fully wound up. So I know that if you have negative all the way down and hit reset, it will explode. It still does that. So there's still small glitches here and there that helicopter still does, but agility does feel a little bit more crisp. It's not a whole lot, and maybe I would have noticed it years ago, but since I've been flying helicopters more lately, I'm able to feel it now. So that's actually really cool. It seems like they rounded out the edges a little bit more. There's still a lot more they need to do, but to make those things fly perfect, but they are definitely getting there. Graphics, I want to say the graphics are about the same. I haven't really noticed anything new as far as like the photo fields or the you know, the 3D fields. I mean, the graphics are about the same. Now, as far as like the quality, it seems to be a little bit more polished. Definitely not RealFlight X polished, but you know, I mean, it's got a little bit of a shine to it. So yeah, and the main thing about this new one is going to be the VR capability. That is a big feature, and that's the main feature of the simulator. So let's go ahead and talk about the new features of the VR capability of the simulator. So I don't have a VR headset, so I'm not able to try out this feature for quite a while. I do plan on getting one or maybe borrowing one just to try it out. But on the website, it does mention about the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift being compatible for other popular brands. Well, those are the only two main, you know, VR headsets that are really worth, you know, paying money for. I know like Samsung has theirs. I know Google has theirs when they release their cell phones, you know, like the Google Pixel and the Samsung S7 is when they release their headsets. I don't know if those are compatible, because I believe they both require the cell phone. I'm not sure about the Google one. I think that's separate, but the Samsung requires the cell phone to be, you know, to use the VR headset. I'm not sure. I know they had like another one. I'm not sure if that's the same thing or not. So I don't know if those are compatible or not. I just know the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift are compatible, and based off of what I've been seeing other people use, that's what they're using, those two VR headsets. So don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure. I will probably call RealFlight just to ask them so I can give you guys advice, or just give you guys a heads up. Hey, it's just those two, or hey, these are the other ones that'll work with. But I don't know for sure. But yeah, that's about it for the what I know about the VR headsets. One thing I'd like to mention out to you guys is the sound generator for the rotor blades in the helicopter is definitely a lot different. Now, at first it was like, oh gosh, this does not sound good at all. But after flying it for a while, after flying it for a couple hours, I was like, okay, this actually sounds pretty cool. Especially when you're doing like TikToks, you can hear like the blade farts almost. You know, it kind of reacts to that blade fart a little bit. So I really like that. I actually kind of like it now. At first it was kind of like, oh, this doesn't sound all that great, but now I'm starting to really enjoy the new sound profile. I mean, I'm still probably do I really like it? I mean, it's okay, but I think you just got to get used to it at first, and then you realize like, okay, this actually sounds pretty cool. So yeah, it's definitely different. I thought it was just for the newer models, but it seems like it's for all the models in the simulator. So yeah, I'm definitely open to it. So yeah, let's definitely see how that works out. Maybe future simulators as well. Now I just want to show you guys the challenges, the updated challenges. Now, of course, once again, I got to do all this again. But yeah, so right here, you've got your typical stuff. You got your air race, your balloon burst, gimbal, and then of course you got the FPV. I'm saying quad, okay, guys? I'm saying quad racing. I'm not saying that word. That's a bad word right there. So you got your FPV quad racing, which is new here. So you got airplanes. There's your airplane challenges, and of course you got version 2, version 3 that you got to unlock and everything. So those are the same. The heli is the same is the grapple there, and then of course the quads. Looks like the new thing is going to be the quad racing. So yeah, that's about all new. Everything new with the challenges. Nothing much, but yeah, it's just a little bit extra there. Well, guys, that's about it for the RealFlight unboxing / review. I'm not going to get into great detail on reviewing this simulator, as I just I haven't found or haven't seen the full features of this new simulator yet. So it's just kind of a simple tutorial of it, than a review. But yeah, just give you guys an update on it. What's new? What's the same? There's new aircraft. There's a new flying field, FPV field, a lot of new quads. One new challenge, basically the FPV quad racing. And just a few new features that they kind of merged from the drone simulator over to this simulator. That's kind of the main thing, is they kind of converted over. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I just want to say one more thing. So I did mention about the rebate and the special offer, and right now RealFlight is offering a $20 rebate for when you purchase RealFlight 8. So if you have purchased RealFlight 7, 7.5 drone, and RealFlight X, you are eligible to get a $20 merchandise certificate with your qualified purchase of RealFlight 8. So basically, you can buy from Habaco, RealFlight, Tower Hobbies, and pretty much any other retailer that sells RealFlight simulators. And you'll be eligible to get to participate in this. So the deadline is the offer is good through December 31st, 2017. So you must purchase the simulator before the end of the year. Once you've done that, you have to receive the merchandise certificate. You must submit the following postmark no later than January 31st, 2018. The link will be in the description, but basically you just go over to realflight.com. And it will be right there on the main page, and you can click that. You can download the PDF, and you can print the PDF off. Basically, print out your name, address, everything, and then a copy of your sales receipt, and then you just mail it to RealFlight, and they'll approve it, and they'll give you a $20 mail-in rebate, which is pretty awesome. It's a great little offer there, just to kind of sell more of the simulators, just to help you guys out. I mean, yeah, I think it's a good deal. I'm definitely gonna take advantage of it. I purchased mine from Tower Hobbies, so I'm definitely gonna go. I'm definitely gonna go for it. So all the instructions, if you need more instructions, it's all in the PDF file. So with that said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video here. I am really excited for it. I'm gonna try to do some more videos. Hopefully, do some more this year. Now that wasn't able to do X for you guys because of the computer the computer can't handle it, and I wasn't able to finish my gaming computer yet. So hopefully I'll be able to make some more videos of this simulator here of RealFlight 8. Thanks you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.